Alright, we're here at MidAmerica Outdoors for the first ever World Finals Wednesday Monster Truck event. There are 24 of the best indie drivers out here, all in search of the same thing, to win the freestyle competition. Your lineup is Kalen Migas and Jailbird, Travis Mowry and Rockwell Red, Don Cretin and Scarlet Bandit, Jimmy Cretin and Bounty Hunter, Matt Cody and Iron Warrior, Mikey Waters and Overkill Evolution coming back, Matt Pagliarulo and Jester, Nick Pagliarulo and Cretin, Jamie Sullivan and FTI Torque, Corey Snyder and Toxic, Buddy Tompkins and Raisin Kane, John Gordon and Bad Company, Zane Ratu and Stinger Unleashed, Deidre Ballard and Miss Overboard, Jamie Garner and Overboard, Zach Garner and Wildside, Cole Bernard and Black Pearl, Jim Kohler and Avenger, Preston Perez and Axe, who is going to be coming out here. Despite Chris Kohler making his return on stick, Preston Perez wants to get one or two more shows in to go out with a bang this season. Corey Rummel and Rage, even though it's just a monster jam, Corey Rummel and Rage, Craig Champion and Brutus, Tim Jones and Twisted Addiction, and Paul Jensen and Jurassic Attack. Now, you'll probably notice that that is only 23 trucks. Now, the reason behind that is because Mike Christensen dislocated his shoulder driving for Monster Jam in Syracuse this past weekend. It is a true story. So taking his spot will be Alan Pezzo in the Predator Monster Truck, who I'm very excited to see. One of the older drivers coming back out here for another show. I'm very interested to also see what Team 2 Extreme and Team Waters will do out here. Let's get into the freestyle. Well, coming up first in freestyle, it is Kalen Migas behind the wheel of Jailbird. Now, she's obviously out here with Team... Oh, she's getting right into it, actually. Team Throttle Monster, I think. I don't actually know if she's on the team, but I know Travis Mowry has been, and I'm pretty sure they raced together, Kalen and Travis. So, yeah, that's the thing. I'm not 100% sure about that, but he's kicking off the run here with some nice little air and a little bit of a wheelie right there. Obviously, you're going to need to go pretty hard out here. There's big jumps, there's backflips. If you want to win, you're going to really have to push for it. And right now, I'm not seeing that. But, you know, we're very, very early on into this run. There's still a lot of time left for Kalen Migas to pick it up a little bit. There's some better air, actually clears the jump. Probably one of her biggest jumps this year, actually. What's going on here? That's kind of weird. A bit sideways there. The song playing with this truck is so annoying. But it still has to be in here anyway for realism purposes. It's so bad. If I'm being completely honest, right? Oh! Oh, I thought we were going to get a big send there. Going back over the racing lane once again. A little bit of air. And the back side of the racing lane as well. Which won't really help you out too much. At least not that racing lane. The other one maybe a little bit better. Going back over to the white ramp where the best air was before. And it's going to be probably the biggest jump of the night as well right there. Picking it up a bit. Turn back around. Gonna go for the boat. Nope, not going for the boat yet. Going over the racing lane. Time is almost up here for Jailbird. So she's going to have to do something a bit crazier. But it looks like time is just about expired. And maybe it's going to be a donut here to end off the run. Now we have 23 other trucks, some elite drivers. So I know that's not going to be your winner. But a pretty good run to kick it off. She's actually not done yet. So I have to go for maybe one more big hit. There we go. And I think that'll end it off then. Yep, that's going to do it for the Jailbird. Let's see who's up next. Well, another powerful female competitor out here. And it's been a while since Team 2 Extreme was in a big event. Mainly just the Summer Smashes. But, Summer Smashes? Yeah, that's right. It's Don Cretin in Scarlet Bandit coming out here. So let's see what she is going to be able to do. This is a big track. This is basically, you know, a stadium style track in like big events nowadays. And they brought it outdoors and it's pretty cool. There we go. little bit of a slap wheelie up the racing lane. Some more little tiny air up, whatever that ramp is there for. I don't know why that little bump is there or what significance it has. It really just gets in the way of anything. Some more air. Oh, well, look out. Nice little save there. Definitely a lot better. No, I'm not sure about it a lot, but it's definitely better than what we saw for the first run so far. So we'll have to see if she could get a little bit more in there. Over the racing lane once again, and another little slap wheelie for Scarlet Bandit. There we go. Gonna get a turn back around once again, and what? Oh no. Try not to knock over the whole display, please. It was not easy to set that up, you know. Especially with the size of these trucks. That's how big that thing really is. There we go. Another little wheelie over whatever ramp that was. It's like a jammer ramp with cars inside of it. Where are we headed here? So getting turned back around maybe? Center jump? No, racing lane. Still a little bit of good air there. Well, time was just about up. There we go, a little bit of a wheelie up whatever that jump is supposed to be. It's cool, but I don't know what it is. And gonna put it into some donuts, it looks like, to end off the run. Oh no! Well, gonna go over on those donuts. That's not how the run was expected to end for her, definitely. Well, that's a new leader, I would say, but let's see who's up next so we can continue the freestyle competition. Well, coming up next, actually the surprise guest of this event is Alan Pezo, so I don't know how to say that completely, in the Predator monster truck. I didn't have to practice saying it because I didn't know he was going to be out here because I didn't know my Christmas was going to dislocate his shoulder. There we go, some great air off that racing lane so far. I don't 100% know how he did it, but he did something in racing or skills, and he messed it up pretty bad. So Alan Pezo here taking his place, and looks like he's going to do a pretty good job here. Obviously, he's racing the Summer Smashes, but I would say this is the new biggest event here since Predator entered the Indy events and left him off again. Biggest Indy event, I would say. There we go, some more good air. The backside of the racing lane actually kicks the truck forward a little bit. Not too sure why that happened. But it's not going to stop Predator tonight, I know that much. Oh, the back side of the white ramp, whatever you want to call it, actually that's more of a face, but gonna set it back down on the other side. Obviously not the prime of Predator's career here, but still managing to go strong in these later years. There we go! Absolutely sent it over the back side of the racing lane. That's what you're gonna need to do to take the win tonight. And another little jump over the racing lane right there. What's going on here? Bit of a wheelie. I'm gonna set it back down. Not really sure if you want to call that a wheelie. I'm not sure if I would, but I mean that's basically what it was. It's not. Launch it. Yep, there we are. What you want to see. And get the turn back around. Oh. Not gonna go for the boat. Oh. We are going for the boat. Here we go. Predator's gonna go for the boat. Wait, is that the end of the run? No, going for the boat. Over the boat perfectly and sets it back down. What a move for Predator. And I think that just about ends off the run. Cross during it a tiny bit as well. But I think the run is just about done. It looks like we're gonna end it off with some donuts here. So, yep, that's just about it. What a run for the Predator. One of the best runs of his Indy career. And that's going to do it for Predator. If it's the leader or not, I'm not sure. But we still have plenty more trucks to go. So we don't have to be determining leaders and winners and stuff yet. Let's get into the next run, shall we? Well, coming up next, it's been a while since we saw Team Waters in big events. It's Matt Cody and Iron Warrior. So let's see what he can come out here to do tonight. Oh! Oh, not quite. Gonna somehow go from the middle to the racing lane perfectly down. Oh, maybe a better wheelie? Nope, not enough power into that one. But definitely, announcing your presence throttle-wise. We're hearing a lot of powerful engine sound. A lot of powerful engine sounds here. Charging up on the front tires a little bit. That's pretty cool, but not enough. And we're headed to the racing lane. It looks like big speeds to the racing lane, but not once he's actually on it. Drops down quite a bit. Hitting the backside of that ramp, where it's a good way to get wheelies. That ramp right there, one of the better ways to do something there. Over the racing lane once again, and over the backside of the other racing lane. Wow, actually, lots of air off that backside right there. One of his better runs of his whole career, if anything here. He's gonna go for the boat. He is gonna go for the boat. Okay, goes right through it that time. Also, boat jumps very unique. You don't really see those anymore. Backside of the racing lane won't really do too much for you. Just fling you with a bunch of speed, basically. Oh, back tire bump thing there. He is just about run out of time here. Got a tiny bit left, but he's pretty much out here. So let's see what he's gonna do to kind of end off the run. Going for the other boat ramp. Oh, right. And what's he gonna do here to kind of end off the run? His time is pretty much up. Looks like some donuts are going to conclude the run for Matt, Cody, and Iron Warrior. So there we go. And yep, that is going to do it. One of his better runs of his whole career, honestly, but I think with some of the competitors we have coming out later, I don't think that's gonna stand too well. So let's see who's gonna be up next here in freestyle. Up next is Deidre Ballard, I think is how you say it, in Miss Overboard. Here she goes. Also, I think it was Alan Pizzo. I don't know how he got that wrong. One of the most iconic games in Monster Truck. Here she goes. Launches it over the racing lane right there. Perfectly sets it back down the other side. And gonna take a really sharp turn right there. Pretty dangerous. You could go over from doing that. And I think the flag's already off the truck. There we go. Some more air. Where did it go? The flag just disappeared. No, nice wheelie actually. Wheelie of the night so far. And some more air up the boat. Back it up a bit. Now there's some honorable drivers, like honorable mentions, who were not selected for this lineup. Like a lot of the toughest Monster Truck Tour trucks, like Quad Chaos, Dirt Crew, Buckshot, are not out here tonight. But obviously they have their own shows to tend to. So, and obviously you have to get invited to come out here. It's just like, hey, I'm gonna go race at their show. There we go. Gets it past the line. An incredible move for Miss Overboard. She's just gonna need to keep it going here with big speed. Still have about half, a little less than half the time left on the clock still. Oh, she's a bit awkward there. But not gonna stop her. Oh! Yeah! Up the MidAmerica Outdoors ramp and over she goes. And a little bit more air over that useless bump. It's not even like, it's too rounded off to be used for poppers and stuff, it's just there. Surprised hasn't flipped anyone over yet. Great slap wheelie. Drives into the ramp, be careful. Gets it back, and she's gonna launch it over the white jump. Actually, one of the most familiar to any offense drivers there is. And looks like she wants to get just one more big jump in there to end off the run. So, oh, big sky wheelie as well. And that looks like it might, yep, I think that's gonna do it for Miss Overboard. Well, coming up next, we have Matt Pagliarulo in Jester. There we go. He's gonna launch it up the racing lane and get a bit of a wheelie. Getting a turn back around and a little bit of air up the racing lane. Now he has not had this has not been the greatest of years for him. So he definitely, one of his prime years was 2019 and 2020. Those were, and 2018 was probably his 3 best years. Since then it's kind of dropped down a bit, but we're seeing some great wheelies so far, especially here. So if he can keep up moves like that, then maybe he'll have a chance. But he's really going to need to go very powerful in this run. Big speed, not enough power. There we go though. One of the bigger jumps of the night, and a giant slap wheelie into the useless bump. Surprisingly not going to cause any damage to the truck. Some air up that little weird thing with the cars. Didn't have a problem. I think it's not steering properly. Not sure. See him getting it turned back around here. Oh, yeah, something is 100% wrong with that truck. They're going to get that shut off. Oh, yeah, look at that. He broke the tie rod in the front end, so an early end to the night for Jester. It's not how he wanted to go out, but yeah, that's going to do it. And let's get into the next run here at World Finals Wednesday number 1. Well, coming up next, behind the wheel of Stinger Unleashed, it is Zack Rats. I know he's ready to give it his best tonight, ready to absolutely throw it down and give an incredible run to these fans. Gonna get it up onto that ramp, whatever you want to call it there, I'm not sure what to call it. The front tires up on it a bit, and gets it onto the front end, and he's gonna walk it a little. And the hood goes off the truck as well. But yep, nice little moonwalk there, and he is gonna start accelerating it and get ready to do the next thing. So big acceleration here from Zack Rats, and he's gonna send it up the racing lane pretty well. Obviously most famously known for racing in arenas and Monster Jams, and then more recent years racing for the Renegade Monster Truck Tour. He came out here for the biggest event of the year so far, with Monster Jam World Finals on the horizon, and he is ready to throw it down as he already has started to do. Oh, out of nowhere over the boat ramp. That's what you want to see. And he's going to take it over the racing lane. Careful, nose dives it a bit, and a great wheelie. Not a move he's really known for, slap wheelies. He's not really known for them, but man, you just get a good one. Yeah, up the jammer again. He's getting crazy wheelies in the front, and a save on the bicycle. And some more of the backside of the racing lane. The front starts to go upwards and forwards a bit, not too sure why. It either sends the truck forwards or on a tiny slanted wheelie. I'm not sure why the backside of the racing lane does that. Here we go, some more little air there over the white jump on the far side of the track. They call that the graveyard area if you get too close to the out of bounds zone. Another crazy save for Stinger Unleashed. We're seeing a lot of possible entries to save of the night here, and also potentially really high score. Get that hood out of there, dude. You don't need that injuring someone. Alright, send it up the middle. Wow. One of his career best runs. And that's some of the best air I've ever seen from him. It looks like that is going to do it for the Stinger Unleashed. What an incredible run for Zack Rats. Loaded with saves, some of the biggest air of his career, and it was just all around incredible. And that is going to do it for the Stinger Unleashed monster truck. Team Scream. It is going to be Red Champion in the Brutus. Here he goes, already off the line and ready to throw it down. There we go, some air over the racing lane to keep up the run. Gonna get it turned back around the boat ramp. And gonna go back to the other racing lane now with some more big air for the Brutus. And some more air over that ramp, whatever that ramp is. Going to the jammer. Hits it, good speed, brakes, and gets a slap wheelie out of that. potential for two-wheel move of the night there for Craig, Champion, and Brutus. We'll really have to see. There are going to be awards again tonight, so look out for that. It's gonna be exciting. There we go. Some great air up the center. And some more little air over that bump that was on the track for some reason. There we go, some more air off that same little bump that was on the track before. Oh, wow, watch out, big air. Gets in it sideways, hits the front end, but it looks like the truck is still running perfectly fine. He's definitely starting to pick up the pace now. This past weekend, there we go, more big air. He landed his first backflip. Now, I'm not too sure if we'll see one tonight or not, hopefully, but because that really is what it's, oh, there we go, a save. That really is what it's going to come down to, is did they do a backflip or not. There we go, some more little air to keep the run going here, not dropping any momentum whatsoever. And it looks like he's going to give it some donuts to end off the run here in Brutus. Maybe we'll get a 1 or 2 hits in after, but time is just about up. There we go, he's going to launch it up the center. MidAmerica outdoor ramp. And there we go, give it up for Craig, Champion, and Brutus. Still crossing it up right now. And let's get into your next freestyle run, coming back to Team Stream once again. Well, as I just said, another member from Team Stream coming out here is Preston Axe. Now, Kohler did race again recently, but Preston Perez was invited out here to give it one last run for this year in the Axe Monster. Starting out with some good air and a wheelie. Just like the previous competitor, Craig Champion, this past weekend, Preston Perez landed his first backflip, I believe, or one of his very few backflips that he has landed. There we go, some more great air into another wheelie. So, will he do a backflip tonight? I don't know. Again, that's really what it is going to come down to at this competition. Because apart from that, you're just going to air it out, and I know Preston Perez is ready to do that here tonight. And maybe get a good score, or a good potential chance to be in the two-wheel award, I guess you want to call it, of the night. Some more great air over the racing lane. Look out, don't wheel into that bump. Careful, saved it as well for the Axe. An incredible save. Gonna go for this? Oh, he's gonna go for a bicycle on those side two tires and set it back down. Great move there for Axe. And we're gonna see the boat jump from the front side. We will see the boat jump and a wheelie as well. And over the center ramp, hit some cars and a tiny little wheelie. Here he goes, gets it turned back around, and he's gonna, looks like he's lining up for a popper, stopping moonwalk maybe. This has a good chance of getting him an award here. And there we go, great stoppie. Walking it, ooh, this very well could be nominated. I mean, we don't really know, we're not even halfway done yet, but it very well could be. Ready to send it again on the back side of the racing lane. And a bit of a wheelie as well. Time has just about expired, maybe 1 or 2 more good hits in there. And he is going full speed to that center jump. MidAmerica Outdoors jump. There he goes. Big air into a slap wheelie. And looks like that will wrap it up for Preston Present Axe for Team Stream Preston Present tonight. Well, coming up next, we have Garner and Overboard. Now, did he run a bit better last year than this year? Last year was probably his best year running, but he's ready to throw it down out here this year, I'm sure, as he gets some good air and a slap wheelie. He also did throw it down not only in bigger tours and Monster Jam, but even in the last MidAmerica Outdoors. He was great. And some more big air up the race lane. Not the biggest in the team, but definitely pretty good. And a tiny bit of air over that bump, over the boat obstacle, and sets it back down. Kind of landing on the boat a bit as well, maybe sliding that down, crushing it a bit. sending it over that white ramp, which I don't think it was properly hit in past two spring runs, because, I mean, it was used for like bicycles and stuff, but not properly hit. There we go! Great air over the racing lane and wheelies it. Man, even just a song that plays with this truck really gives you, puts you in a good mood almost. I don't know, puts me in a good mood. I listen to it while I'm on the bus. There we go, some more air, look out. And there we go, some more great air, sends it right there. Great song choice, definitely fits his driving style, going nice and fast, big air, lots of fast lap wheelies, really fits his driving style. He's gonna actually go over the boat jump kind of in the racing lane. There we go. Oh, gets it on the front end, stoppies it a bit, and sets it back down. Now he's a little under a third of the run left to go here. Let's see little dude lining up for the jammer. There we go, Jamie on the jammer. Great slap wheelie and sets it off the racing lane. Wow. Well, that was a great move for Jamie Garner Overboard, as he wants to get some more air up the other racing lane. There we go. Uh-oh, look out. Whoa, one of the best saves so far tonight. And looks like some donuts are going to wrap up the run here for Jamie Garner in Overboard. Not enough for the lead, not necessarily, but it was still a great run. Well, coming up next, behind the wheel of FTI Torque, it is going to be Jamie Sullivan. There we go, some great air is going to kick off the run for the FTI Torque monster truck. As he's getting it turned back around here. Looks like lining up for some big air off the racing lane. A truck known for racing on the All-Star Monster Truck Tour, and all the trucks in that tour are known for getting this really good air. And we have a few of them out here tonight ready to throw it down. FTI Torque starting off with some great air, now into a bit of a slap wheelie. Walking it really well, and over the racing lane, look out, get it on the front end of it, save it as well. What's the boat jump actually? Not too sure what that 4-car jump is supposed to be there, no one's really hitting it. There we go, air over that white ramp and a wheelie once again. Getting it turned back around, over the boat obstacle, there we go. And another little wheelie. Lots of wheelies in this run. Sends it up the back side of the racing lane. My voice just did something weird. I have no idea what that was. But continuing to get great air in this run. He's lining up for the center jump. And some more great air for the FTI Torque monster truck. Gets it turned back around once again. Sends it over the racing lane once again. Lands it hard, square, and another little wheelie. Really giving it a lot of speed right now. He's getting it turned back around, and he's going to go full speed here, and to the white jump. There we go. Some of the biggest air of the night in this run. Big on the wheelie once again. He's just about out of time. And it looks like he's going to try to end the run on some donuts here. Great donuts. Oh, look out, save it. Oh, no. Well, that is definitely not how the FTI Torque monster truck planned to go over tonight. Jamie Sullivan going to end off the run in a predicament here. He was probably not expecting to be in. There we go. We can see the officials getting that truck flip back over, and that will be a tiny bit of an early end to the run, but he's still filled pretty much all the time with some great air. Well, coming up next, and this run here will actually mark halfway, it is Snyder in the Toxic. There we go, great air up that racing lane. And that will kick off the run for Toxic. Oh, look out, don't go over already. What a save. Right off the bat. As he's going to clip that boat ramp a bit. That's the kind of thing you're going to want to do here if you're trying to win tonight. Some more huge air over the racing lane. We're seeing some insane air these past few runs. Yeah. Going full speed to the white jump. Gonna send it up that side as well. It's actually not super steep. You don't get a ton of air from that, but definitely get some distance. Go fast enough, and that's exactly what Corey Snyder's just done. And there we go. Great air up that center MidAmerica Outdoors ramp. Whoa, look out. Slamming it into that double car jump. There we go. Some more air over that ramp that I have no idea what to call it. Going for a boat jump here, no. But he's going for some big air over the racing lane, and there it is. You could tell when he's going for big air. Truck starts to get louder, speed starts to pick up, and he's not letting off. He's gonna go all out with that air. Some more air, and for air that big, it's surprising to say that was probably the least big air of the run. There goes some more air just over the finish line. Going for a backflip? No, that's what I thought. I was gonna say. I wasn't expecting it. Am I saying he won't? No, but I'm definitely not expecting it. There we go, big air into a big slap wheelie for Thompson. One of my favorite independent drivers here. He's really good at getting the air, and sometimes he's on the front end of the truck as well. There we go, big air up that center jump. Look out! Oh wow! Almost got like a momentum moonwalk there. And revving it up, that looks like it will be the end of the run for the Toxic Monster Truck. A great run, probably the biggest air so far. Definitely the past 4 runs. If you like, well, Jimmy Garner also got good air, but excluding him, like especially the 2 Team Scream and then these 2 from the All-Star Tour, they were going absolutely crazy. That marks halfway, so it's time to get into your halftime show. Well, it is that Red Bull Conquest monster truck. This is absolutely ridiculous. It has mud tires on it. This is Western Anderson. We know Red Bull loves to sponsor crazy and weird stunts, and this is definitely not what I was expecting them to do here. But Red Bull decided to come out here to sponsor this event, and they have made an official stunt truck. And this is absolutely hilarious. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Weston Anderson would break a world record last time he was out here, and now he's driving this really weird halftime encore stunt truck thing. I have no idea what you can call it. Some air up the racing lane will kick off the run, however. I have no idea what he's gonna do with these tires on the truck. Good wheelie. You have to be careful driving this though, because it does go over very easily, especially in turns. Full send up the backside of the racing lane. Don't go over. Oh my goodness. And early on in the halftime show, he's gonna go for a save. He is not gonna get it back. Wait, is he? And that ends the halftime show. What halftime show? Well, coming up next, it is gonna be the second half of the competition here. And it's gonna be started off by Buddy Tompkins and Raisin Kane. Big air to kick off the run. And he's gonna get it turned back around, looking for the next big hit. Over the center ramp. Wow. Okay, this is definitely air tonight right now. Like this is gonna be like hard to beat later on in the competition. There we go. Oh, big slap wheelie as well. This competition is for the best independent drivers, and Buddy Tompkins is showing that he is one of those tonight. Sends up the racing lane again. Oh, watch out, don't bounce right into another ramp. That's a bad thing to do. The backside of the other racing lane there. I don't know, I call 4 of these things racing lane jumps. Looks like he's gonna go for a wheelie here on the jammer. There we go, crazy wheelie, look out! Whoa! Well, that is definitely going to be considered for save of the night. Wow. What a save! For Raising Cane. There we go. Crazy air in this truck. He's getting it turned back around here. Gonna launch it off that tiny bump of a jump. And crazy air off the backside of the ramp. He is definitely putting good use into the few minutes he got in Freestyle. Is he done? Oh no, he's definitely lining up for something here. Is he? Oh yeah, he is. He is. Here he goes. Full speed. Come on. Yes. Full speed up the center. MidAmerica Outdoors jump. Watch out. Oh, he's gonna bump the backup ramp. He's going in for a save and he's not gonna be able to get it. So a crazy run overall, and then just to make it crazier, a crazy end to the run for Buddy Tompkins in Raising Cane. Was the biggest error of the night by far. Possibly might get error of the night in the awards later. And then a crazy save attempt that would end up in a crash. That was absolutely incredible. What a run for Buddy Tompkins in that Raising Cane monster truck. Absolutely incredible. Well, coming up next, one of the fan favorite trucks making his recent return. It is Paul Jensen in Jurassic Attack. His teammate Mike Christensen was supposed to be out here tonight, but as I talked about, he is still recovering from a shoulder injury. So that's why we had Predator come out here to take his place. And a bit of a stoppy, little bit of a moonwalk thing. And big air up the backside of the racing lane for the Jurassic Attack monster truck. Getting it turned back around once again. Getting ready for some big air up that racing lane. Definitely not the best air we've seen, especially after that last run, but definitely gonna be one of the top runs of the night here. Assuming everything goes to plan and he doesn't go over or something. There we go, just continuing to get really good air tonight. And it turned back around. Air over that white ramp that's been kind of avoided tonight. It only really hit once or twice a run. Well, compared to these other ramps that are hit either on accident or basically over and over again. There we go, some more good air. Lands a bit sideways actually. Sends it up the backside of the racing lane. Getting it turned back around in the Jurassic Attack. It looks like it's getting ready for some big air up that center jump. There we go, not as big as I was expecting, but definitely still some big air for the Jurassic Attack. He is lining up for the backflip. He is gonna go for it. Big air, lands awkward, breaks the tire on the back, so I think that's gonna have to end the run. But a great run for Jurassic Attack. There you can see only one tire is actually turning when it's supposed to. But a great run for Paul Jensen. That might be hard to beat, because I think that's better than Raising Cane. I don't know. Well, coming up next, I'm going to need a really good run if he wants to take the lead tonight. It is Mikey Waters, or Mike Waters II, in the Overkill Evolution monster truck. And he is lining up for a two-wheel move here. Looks like a stopping moonwalk there on the front end, walking it really well. Another great contender for two-wheel move of the night. Tries to crab walk it a bit, and gets a bit sideways. Wow, what a move for Overkill Evolution. He turns back around. Where is he headed with this? Some air over the racing lane. And sets it back down. There we go, some more little air over that other jump. Getting it turned back around, looking for some big air. Kind of big air. Really just got more sideways over that jump there. There's some big air that was sending it up the backside of the racing lane. Some of the best air that I've seen since he left some of the bigger tours in 2020. Since then he's kind of Gone through a lot less events, but he's definitely doing pretty good at this show. Obviously, World Finals Wednesdays are the biggest events. If you can make it out to one of those, you've proven that you are a good driver. Here he goes, some more good air. This is pretty good air right there. He's gonna get a turn back around. For the center jump? Boat jump? Boat jump it is. There we go. Oh no! The boat jump is going to be responsible for the end of the run, and that will do it for Mikey Waters in the Overkill Evolution. Not how he wanted to wrap up the night for one of the last big runs of his career, probably. So coming up next, behind the wheel of Rockwell Red, this is Travis Mowry racing for Team Throttle Monster alongside Paul Jensen tonight. Some great air off the race lane to start off the run. He's also out here with Kalen Miguez, and we're gonna have to see what he can do here. I think he's the last one to come out for both this kind of team, if you want to call him that. There we go. He's gonna get some air over that boat obstacle ramp thing, whatever you want to call it there, and some air of that white jump into a good wheelie for the Rockwell Red. Gonna go over the other boat jump now. Sets it back down into a wheelie. Has the rear steer going on that wheelie as well. This is not something you see too often. Big air up the backside of the racing lane into another little bit of a slap wheelie. So we're seeing lots of like mini wheelies in this run. That are still very good though. Don't get me wrong. There he goes. Where's he headed? He's actually gonna go to the 4-car jump. I didn't really think we would see that get hit tonight, but he does it. And some air up that little bump that somehow turns into a giant wheelie. Gets really tough. If you give it enough power, you can get a wheelie from really anything. There we go, some more big air for the Rockwell Red. Oh, he's getting going pretty far back here. He's stopped. It looks like he is lining up for something here. We'll have to see. Here he goes. He's starting to go for it. Looks like he's lining up for that racing lane. Huge air, maybe air of the night for Travis Mowry and Rockwell Red. He's going to slam on the brakes, put it in reverse, and I think he is lining up for the backflip ramp. He is indeed. There he goes. We're going to have to see if he can land this. He's going to go for it. Big air. Over-rotates it big time, but still lands it. Another broken rear axle from a backflip. Looks like a tie rod again. That's going to do it for Travis Mowry. Another great run from an amazing independent driver done tonight. And let's get right into your next run because we have some big heavy hitters coming up. Well, coming up next is Jimmy Cretin and Bounty Hunter. Now, he's actually driving a brand new truck tonight. That Spin Master Edition Bounty Hunter. And he has a new chassis. He's retiring the skinny chassis for this show. There he goes over the boat ramp to start off the run. I think that's the first time, actually, this entire night. And there we go, some big air off the backside of the racing lane. One of the most popular independent drivers, very well known. Many fans like him. And now he has a brand new Bounty Hunter, so we'll have to see what he can do with it tonight. Giant slap wheelie. And gonna get some air on that ramp as well. Tries to stop it up a little bit. Gonna turn back around here. Not gonna go for the boat jump again. So he's gonna go to the jammer. Big slap wheelie. Riding it really well. Oh, watch out, watch out. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's not gonna be able to save it. Possible contender for rollover of the night right there. For Jimmy Cretin and Bounty Hunter. You saw him carry that wheelie and then it got a bit awkward. The rear tire bumps an elevated part of the jump, but it sends him over, and then early into the night for Jimmy Cretin Bounty Hunter. Coming up next, another fan favorite out here in this crazy field of trucks. It is Zack Garner in the wild side. There he goes, some big air to kick off the run over that racing lane. He's out here with Team Overboard along with 3 other drivers, actually. If I'm thinking correctly, pretty sure. There we go, some more air up the other race lanes with a big wheelie. A lot of people know this truck. A lot of people like the truck, not just that Garner, but the truck itself. Is actually really cool as well. We'll go here up the jammer into giant slap wheelie. Rides that one really well. And over the backside of the racing lane into another mini wheelie. There we go. Up the white ramp to line up for something. A bit of a popper into a wheelie reverse popper off that front end little mini moonwalk. That is a great move for Zack Garner on the wild side. Definitely going to help him get some advantage tonight. Some more great air. Going to cross-thread it a bit as well. Over the main set of ramps. And bicycle saves it a bit. This is wild right now for Zack Garner and wild side. Some more crazy air up the racing lane. Not gonna. I thought he was lining up for the back, but he's not gonna do it quite yet. Assuming he will do it at all tonight. There we go. Bigger up that racing lane. Big wheelie. Walking the wheelie across the entire floor. Definitely got to be the longest wheelie of the night. Going with the center jump. There we go. Some more crazy air. Do another wheelie. Backflip this one? No, he's not. Oh, watch out. Hits the sidewall really hard. And I think... Oh, what is he doing? He's going to go in reverse. And it sets him over. What was he doing? Crazy ends the run for Zack Garner. And I don't even know what just happened. But let's get into the next run. That was wild. For wild side. Coming up next, this is by far his best year here, 2022, is Nick Pagliarulo in Cretin. And he's going to start it with some big air up that racing lane. Yeah, 2022, there's no doubting it, that this has by far been his best year in driving a monster truck. Some more air up the racing lane, sends it forward a bit into another crazy wheelie. We've seen crazy air, we've seen lots of landed backflips, better 2-wheel moves, and is he lining up for a popper? Here he is. Yeah, that ramp is literally useless. Like, you can't even get like poppers and stuff on it. There's no use for that ramp. There we go, big air once again. Sets it back down perfectly. And he's gonna get it turned back around. And going over the boat jump. Alright. Lands it perfectly square, and he's going to move on from there. Going to that ramp, some more big air. Look out! He's getting sideways! Save it! What a save! Nick Pagliarulo with an incredible save. Maybe the save of the night right there. Wow, I thought the save of the night was going to go to Buddy Tompkins. Nick Pagliarulo comes out here with that one-wheel crazy sideways save. You gotta shut off to check for truck issues, but if he can get this refired, he has a very good chance of winning Freestyle tonight after a move like that. He is refired! He's back into the competition. Let's see, where's he headed? He is gonna go in reverse. He's ready to tear it down some more. What just happened? What a save! Big air up the car side of the jump into another slap wheelie. Might be the freestyle of his year. I mean, if he can get a backflip in here, this might be his career best run. Honestly. More crazy air up that white ramp. Gonna get turned back around. And he's gonna go for it. The MidAmerica Outdoors backflip. Under rotates it a bit, but saves it. There we go. The truck is starting to fall apart. Somehow the whole body is staying together, though. Oh, never mind. There goes the hood. Giant air up the backside of the racing lane. I am losing my voice. I'm yelling out of shock in this run. getting into some donuts for Nick Pagliarulo and Cretin to end off the run. What a run! He's getting sideways. Save it again. What a save! If that has got to win freestyle. We still have a few more competitors left, but I'm calling it right now. That has got to win this competition. What a run! Well, coming up next, behind the wheel of Bad Company, this is John Gordon. Now, he did do pretty good last time he was out here at MidAmerica Outdoors. He's been practicing that backflip ramp as well. And got a kind of good air this year, but could have been improved on a bit. But I'm definitely going to expect some big things here. Goes for a little wheelie. And he's going to go up that jump. Oh, look out, gets it sideways and saves it once again. Pauses it for a second, but he's fine, he's going to keep it going. That save is nothing compared to what we just saw in the previous run, though. That was absolutely wild. There we go, some more crazy air. You turn back around once again. Where is he headed here? Looks like the racing lane. Great air off the racing lane into a slap wheelie for the Bad Company. Here we go off the jammer. And another slap wheelie after slap wheelie this run, and air off the backside of the racing lane hits the boat. Definitely one of the most ragged edge runs of the night. Like if that's an award tonight, he might be winning that one. There we go, bigger up the white ramp again. I almost called it the racing lane. I'm so used to saying that in this video for some reason. Lining up for the boat ramp, maybe for a wheelie. Lands it way too sideways, but still somehow gets the wheelie. Oh, and a little bit there up the useless bump. Big air off the backside of that racing lane. I've said racing lane far too many times in this event. Here he goes, big air up that racing lane. I said it again. Huge wheelie right there. Crazy moves for John Gordon. And it looks like that is going to do it for John Gordon and Bad Company. Maybe he wants to do a donut. No, that's going to wrap it up right there. Give it up for John Gordon and Bad Company. That's actually the first driver of your final 5. Let's get into the rest of the 4. Coming up next, it is going to be Tim Jones in Twisted Addiction. Another fan favorite truck. Ready to throw it down out here tonight. Some big air up that center jump as well. And gonna get even more air on the backside of that ramp. I still don't have a name for that ramp. I have no idea what to call it. There we go. Some air over that jammer into a giant slap wheelie. He's gonna get it turned back around here. Oh, getting it sideways. Some more crazy air. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he might have actually won the last MidAmerica Outdoors event. Big air! Or at least freestyle for that matter. Crazy air though for the Twisted Addiction monster truck. Launches it over that white ramp on the less steep side. He's gonna get turned back around here. He's gonna have to do some crazy things if he wants to beat Nick Pagliarulo and Cretin though. Giant jump over that racing lane. That's the kind of thing you're gonna need to do. If you want to win tonight, that's what you need to do. Continuing to get crazy air. And he's bringing a lot of speed into the center jump. Giant jump right there. Sets it back down, lands it square. And it looks like he's lining up for the backflip ramp. Do the backflip, lands a tiny bit sideways. He's gonna get it. And now he has to turn it back around and just let it rip right now. More air up that useless bump jump. and just launches it off the backside of the racing lane. Well, that racing lane at least. There's many different racing lanes out here. Here he goes, full speed over that jump. He's gonna land a square over the useless ramp bump jump. And past that bow obstacle, get one or two big good hits in there, and he could have this locked in. He's gonna end it right there. Great run. I don't think it's enough to beat Nick Pagliarulo though, I really don't. But still a great run for Tim Jones tonight. It's time for your top 3 drivers. Coming up next is Jim Kohler in Avenger. Starts the runoff with some air up that racing lane. You can get turned back around. I'm expecting some crazy air and maybe a backflip out here from this run tonight. A little air right there actually though. Nice wheelie. And lands it. Turn back around. Go big. Oh, on the jammer. Lands it crazy on the rear. And he still keeps it going. And over the backside of the racing lane. Gonna get come back around once again. Gonna go to the white ramp on the right side of the track. Some more big air. And he's gonna get into a big wheelie. Great move for Jim Kohler in Avenger. Oh, over the boat obstacle with another giant wheelie. Just giant wheelie after giant wheelie. Gonna save it a bit right there. There we go. Or whatever middle ramp, but on the car side. This is what I'm gonna call that part of the track. Banging up that racing lane. Watch out! Gonna barely keep it on all fours right there. What is he doing right there? Ouch! Ran full speed into that jump in a part that's not supposed to be hit. There we go. Bigger up the car side of the middle jump again. And the truck's gonna hold it together. Where's he headed here? He's headed to the middle of the track. Looks like he's lining up for a backflip. He's gonna go for it. Perfect landing. One of the best backflips of his career off the container. Talk about how bad he is though, but he just did a really good one. And it looks like he's ready to send it. Oh, the truck's gonna go forward. Watch out! The whole front end just got disassembled off the truck. What an end to the run for Jim Kohler and Avenger. Crash madness of the night right there. And we have the top 2 drivers left to go. Let's see what they can do. So coming up next, another fan favorite monster truck. This is Sullivan in the black pearl. There we go, some air to kick off the run. Now here's actually the he is your second to last time racing air up that racing lane. What a hit for Sullivan. And a bit of air over here bump. And you're probably hearing my squeaky chair right now as well. Gonna take it on this white ramp here. Up on the lip, ready for a 2-wheel move it looks like. Watching that very nicely. I don't think with some of the other things we saw, it's quite enough to get the award for 2-wheel move, but it was still a pretty cool move. Come back around here. Looking at that same race with a giant air this time. Even bigger air than last time. He manages to get bigger and bigger air every single time. It's crazy. I don't know how he does it, but he does. Up the backside of the racing lane as well with the big air. Both right there, gets a good wheelie. Nice and quick, and gets it turned back around. There's a boat ramp. Jumps the boat ramp, lands sideways and saves it. Definitely not enough to save it tonight with Louis up in the tracker, but still a really cool move right there. for the Colvernard and the Black Pearl. Wow, okay. There we go. He's gonna land the backflip perfectly square, and he's gonna have to go and get the next hit, big hit in there. Going to the white jump, big air. That's the one that took Jim Kohler out, but it's not gonna stop Colvernard here. And what is he going for here? He's gonna get ready for some cross-threading. There we go, big air, lands it right on those cars, and still keeps it going here in the Black Pearl. Air over that little ramp as well. Oh, watch, ow, he is going to roll over. That is definitely not how he was expecting to end off the run, but still a great run for Colvernard. Definitely not enough to take the lead though. Coming up last in Freestyle, it is your Freestyle finale. This is Corey Rummel in Rage, starting it off with air already. Now, if you're going up last, there's some high expectations for you, and I know that Corey Rummel will live up to them as long as the truck continues to let him do so. Here he goes, going full speed on that right side blue racing lane. Ginormous air for the Rage. Not the biggest yet, but I know he's just waiting to do the biggest jump. Obviously, you don't want to do it right off the bat because you might lose because you don't get the rest of your run with some more big air actually off that white ramp. He's gonna just put it together here with the air over the boat ramp, going through the boat, crushing it. And he's gonna go on the left racing lane for the first time of this entire run. Big speed on that wheelie. Can he stop it? He's not going to go for the popper. But a pretty cool save resulting from that. There he goes over the racing lane. Again, there's like a billion different racing lanes. It's a little tiny wheelie from him as well, actually. We need to see him go for the center ramp though, and that's exactly what he's doing right here. Giant air for Corey Rummel and Rage. And a good slap wheelie with that. Not gonna go for the backflip though. He's running low on time. If he doesn't get that backflip in there, he's putting a big risk tonight. There he goes. He's getting a turn back around. There's no reason to turn around that way unless you're going for the backflip. Here he goes. He's gonna go for it. Under rotates just a bit, but still keeps it going on all fours. Caught the reversal a bit after on tiny wheelies. And still able to keep it going here for a couple more hits. Sending it over that racing lane to another mini wheelie. Big air off the backside of that racing lane. He's going to turn back around once again. He's going full speed here up to the other racing lane. Big air. Watch how he's almost hitting the other racing lane. What could he do here to end off the run? Oh! That's definitely not how he was planning to end off the run. Well, he ends upside down, but don't go yet. We're not done. We still have the encore to put on. Let's go look at that. Well, Corey Rummel and Rage putting on an incredible finale freestyle, but that's not the finale run of this show, because we have Wesley Anderson back out here in the Red Bull Conquest truck this time. It actually looks like a monster truck, and he wants to give the biggest air of this show. Obviously, this won't count towards Big Air Award, but still going to be really big. So he's ready to go for it here. Getting the fans all ready out here. This is going to be a big jump, and if he's not careful, he got hurt quite a bit. He did the same thing in a mega truck last year, though, I believe. So I'm sure he'll be used to it. You know what to do, and here he goes. He is driving back and he is ready to go all out with this. Come back around. He's going full speed at the ramp. There he is on the ramp, getting the fans ready for the chaos that is about to ensue from this ramp. Here he goes, putting it in reverse. Going back for the ramp again. Still not completely ready yet. And this is an encore, not a freestyle. He's not trying to do this. And back it up. Hopefully one last time here, probably. And then he'll have this big jump left to do. Going in reverse really quickly. Oh, watch out. There's a trailer right there. Here he goes. He's going full speed. He's gonna hit the ramp in big air for the Red Bull Conquest. And he's gonna get a giant bounce from it into a wheelie. What a move for the Red Bull Conquest. I don't know if that's it or if he wants to go for a little bit more here. Here he goes. Back in speed. Gotta get it turned back around. He just got it. Air it out here. Big air on that other lane. I'm surprised the shocks are even handling this anymore. I don't know how they're doing it. We're sure that's at the top of the Duke driving right now. More big air over that white ramp. We're gonna turn back around, basically hitting the boat ramp and sends it on the middle ramp. An incredible encore here from Weston Anderson. He's just gonna keep it going right now. This is absolutely wild. More air right there into another big wheelie. Well, this crazy encore going right now on that boat jump as well. And sends off the center jump. Here he goes, back onto the other racing lane now. He's just hitting absolutely everything in sight. Going full speed, not gonna hit a jump though. Where is he going here? He is going right into that center jump because you know who won freestyle, Pagliarulo and Cretin. And he's not done yet. He's gonna come out here for even more tonight. Here he comes onto the track right now. As you can see that the hood put back on the truck was still working fine after that run. Here he goes, big air, and that encore for the Cretin, your freestyle champion, has now begun. And I'm sure he's ready to throw it down here as well, just like he did in freestyle. This big air. Again, he's just been getting so much air tonight. Taking it on that white ramp, gets it on the front end, and walking it a bit. You hear a lot of speed going into this right now, and he's slowed down big time. He's getting ready for it. If you thought the other big jump was the major part of the encore, you're not even ready for what's about to happen here. Weston Anderson parked right there in the middle. Here comes Pagliarulo. Full speed over the center and bumps the top of Red Bull Conquest and lands it successfully, jumping over the truck. He's just going absolutely crazy right now with this air. Maybe even more air somehow. I don't know how. He's just getting so much air. Big wheelie on that part of the ramp. Cross-threading even right now. Just absolutely crazy. And here he goes. He's taking it up on the ramp. That's going to conclude this event. The award ceremony should be expected to come out tomorrow, Thursday, April 28th. Keep a lookout for that. And that is your first World Finals Wednesday. That will conclude it.